Welcome back. Let's see how we can solve this issue. Now, I'm gonna do a naive approach to this, but there are many ways of doing it using closures. So let me show you my way. If I wanted this to only be called once, well, ideally I have a variable in here called called, and maybe it's a counter of how many times the function has been called. In here, I want to keep track of this called. I want to use closures and keep track of it, but I don't want people outside of this world touching it. So I'm going to return a function. So I have an enclosing function that's surrounded by another function. And in here, I can reference called, and I know that I'll have access to it, even though the outside world won't have access to it as soon as the initialize gets popped off the stack. So I'm going to just simply say if called is greater than 0, well, in that case, just return and do nothing. Otherwise, I'm going to, well, set the view. And then finally, we also want to increment called to say that, hey, we've updated called, this function has been called. All right, let's see if that works. If in here I do const start once and I do initialize, now I can run start once, and let's see what happens. All right, view has been set. We see the mountain. That's good. But if I run start once again, look at that. View has already been set. So now it doesn't matter how many times I call it. It's not going to work. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Andre, that new programmer can still call initialize. But I'm going to leave that for you to figure out how to do. In that case, we can perhaps use encapsulation and only return the star once after we've initialized something. But I'll leave that to you. If you've gotten this, good job. I think you're starting to get closures. Let's do one more exercise.